Today on The Chat, the co-hosts have the latest hot topics from Philip Phillips leaving his American Idol contract to the Super Bowl, plus guest co-host Cassie Jones. It's all coming up today on The Chat.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Chat right here on Channel 21. I'm Joe Rack.
I'm Kathleen Junkerman.
I'm James Coffey.
And I'm Cassie Jones.
She's here as our guest co-host, filling in for Alexa today. So nice to have you here, Cassie.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Thanks for stopping by. So, guys, tell us a little bit about your play. Cassie's got the lead role, correct?
Yes.
At our play here at Central Regional called
Crazy for You.
There it is.
Yep.
Tell us a little about it, guys. You were all in it.
Crazy for You is going to be March 19th through the 22nd?
Yeah.
So the 22nd is our Sunday matinee, which is at 2 p.m. The other shows are our Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 o'clock. And all three of us are in it.
Yes.
And
Very
it is
nice.
an awesome show. You know, we have our main lead. I'm not going to give it all away. I'll just give a little summary. Our main lead, Bobby, he
Played by
works
Brian.
at, what?
Played by
Played by
Brian.
Brian.
Brian Loxton, yes. He's out in New York, and he works for a bank, and his mission is to be sent to Dead Rock, Nevada, to
Okay.
close down a theater that Miss Polly owns,
Well, my
That's you.
father owns it.
her family.
Yeah.
And, but he's really in love with the theater, and he really wants to be involved. So he goes out there, and when he goes there, he falls in love with Polly, and he decides to help save the theater. I come in because I am the guy who owns the saloon next door, and
Okay.
I want to take over the theater and make it expand my saloon.
And Kathleen, who are you?
I am Patricia, the British tourist that comes in, and everyone in Dead Rock thinks that me and Brendan Paparella, he plays my brother in the show.
Okay.
Everyone thinks that we're coming to watch the show, but really we're just coming to write a book about his saloon.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So that should be very interesting. We hope you all attend. I know I'll attend. I want to see you guys. So that should be really fun. And thanks for coming, Cassie.
you.
Can't wait. Let's get started with the Super Bowl that was over the weekend. You guys all watch, obviously.
Yes.
Before we get into the commercials and the halftime show, I just want to tell you all, if you did not watch and you're under a rock somewhere, the New England Patriots took the win at 28-21.
24.
Oh, 24?
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, it was a blowout. But what did you all think?
I wanted the Patriots to win. I know everyone was saying that they're cheaters, and you even tweeted, like, I guess cheaters.
I guess the whole cheaters never win thing isn't true.
Right,
Gotcha.
yeah. The Seahawks won last year. I like the Patriots.
You know what's so interesting? I was watching a previous episode of ours, and before we even knew anything about the Deflate Gate, they called it, James said that he was not rooting for the Patriots because they were involved in scandal, and then a scandal came out.
Psychic.
Psychic ability.
Yeah.
So, Cassie, what did you think? Did you watch?
I thought it was kind of like what Super Bowls are usually like nothing. I mean, it's good the whole time, but I feel like the greatest things that people remember the game for happened at the end, and that obviously is what happened.
Yeah.
You know, that crazy play that won the Patriots the game, but
Yes.
it usually happens towards the end. That's when all the excitement happens.
That's right.
I
there
think
was a fight.
all those fights were hilarious.
there was so many flags. Everyone was
my
going
God.
crazy.
It was so funny. My mom, poor old woman, is sitting there watching the show, watching the game, and when they all started fighting, she was like, oh. It was so cute. Oh.
Yeah,
It was a good game, though.
I was like, I don't want the Seahawks to win because they won last year. I don't like the Patriots because they cheat.
No.
So I didn't really care who won.
It was a good game.
It was a good game.
I was more leaning towards Seattle, but it was whatever.
Yeah.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Now, what did you all think of the Super Bowl halftime show? Katy Perry performed,
Loved
Missy
it.
Elliott,
I thought it was
special
really
appearance, and Lenny Kravitz. They all performed.
Yes.
So what did you all think? You all
Okay.
watched it,
I
of course?
thought Katy Perry did amazing. I thought she did really well. Coming out on the line was great. The whole beach volleyball scene was just
was a tiger.
I've heard a
fabulous.
lot of
Was it
mixed
Tiger?
reviews about that, about what people thought of
You
her
heard mixed
performance.
reviews?
James says he
Liger.
loves it, but then I heard from other people, they didn't really like it that much, and they didn't do so good.
Loved it.
Missy Elliott liked it. I heard that the media interviewed Taylor Swift. They asked her what'd you think of the halftime show? She was like, oh, Missy Elliott did good.
Yeah,
And then that was
this
all.
Katy Perry,
Yeah.
they're having a little feud.
Yeah.
that's
they don't get
because-
along.
That's because all of Taylor Swift's dancers left in the middle of her Red Tour to go.
But they
dance
were
with Katy
the
Perry.
Sharks in the
Yes.
halftime show.
Yes,
That's because
loved the
Taylor and
Sharks.
Katy don't get along.
All right, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was amazing. I know how you guys enjoyed it.
Yes.
But I thought the worst part was I thought the sharks and the trees and all that. I don't know. It's a little whimsical, a little kiddish.
Yeah, kid of success.
Yeah.
Super Bowls are not just made for 50-year-old men. who
No,
sit home
no,
and watch.
I didn't think they were. I think it was
Ages
too.
from all, 5 years old to 80 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm 60,
I
but-
think I saw a tweet by one of the YouTubers I watch, Grace Helbig. She tweeted a Super Bowl halftime show inspired by fever dreams. Because the crazy dreams you
Well,
have
she
when
wore
you
a lot
have a
of-
fever, it's
Yeah.
so funny. But I really I love Katy Perry. She's very talented.
Yeah.
She has a very, very wide audience.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
But I think Missy Elliott totally saved it.
Yeah, she did.
'Cause
But they
Missy
couldn't
Elliott-
dance together. They really couldn't
No,
dance together. I think you
no.
all agree on that.
But
they really couldn't.
Missy Elliott is just legendary in my
Yeah.
eyes. Oh my god.
She just made it that much better.
Love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
it
a lot
was
of
Lenny Kravitz was good too.
A lot of people our age don't really know her. She was more of a 90s
90s
singer.
Yeah.
female rapper. So yeah, Missy Elliott, she's like a 90s female rapper.
Right.
And then Lenny Kravitz performed as well.
Yeah, I think Lenny Kravitz made the song "I Kissed a Girl" sound so much better.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it really sounded good.
It did. But I thought it was okay. I just thought it was all right. But
Right.
a lot of people liked it. It was like half and half.
You can't please
But
everyone.
Now, what about the commercials? I really thought they were
Oh,
going to be
God.
something great. And now they do this new thing. They show a little before the Super Bowl. They show them a lot during the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. And then some afterwards on YouTube. I don't know how I feel about that.
My favorite commercial, and it's been going on for a couple. Push it.
yeah.
It came out. I was like, yes.
I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it.
Cassie, what's your favorite Super Bowl commercial from this year? If you have one. If you can remember one.
I mean, I don't really remember all of them. I do remember the one with the young boy, and that one is a bad memory of
Yeah, that
the
caused a
Super
lot of
Bowl
controversy.
commercials. I don't know if I really.
Which one?
The one with the young boy on the bike. He was like, I want to get cooties from a girl. I want to do all of these things, but I can't. It was a nationwide
because I
commercial.
died.
I didn't
Yeah, that
see
was
Yeah,
sad.
it was. Everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, I didn't see that
Yeah,
one.
there's a couple
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
sad. There were a lot of sad commercials.
Yeah.
My favorite one, although sad, I think it was very, very powerful. The domestic violence one that was sponsored by the Super Bowl.
Okay.
By NFL, and it was the shots of just all still shots of in a home and the woman who made the 911 call about ordering
Yeah.
a pizza. I saw that previous to the Super Bowl on YouTube, and I was waiting for it to come on because I really wanted to see it. I think that's really, really
Commercials
important.
like that. Are,
Yeah, especially with all the domestic violence issues going on within the NFL, I think it was really important to really highlight that.
Now, the GoDaddy commercial that was banned was the little dog that was thrown
Yeah.
from the truck and finally made its way home, and then the woman picks up the dog and says, "Oh, I just sold you on GoDaddy.com." That one was banned. My favorite commercial, I like the Pac-Man one. With the, I think it was for the beer.
Yeah, yeah,
That was a
yeah,
good one.
for Bud Light.
You don't remember that?
I
It was like
see
a
it.
human Pac-Man.
Oh, it was
And he went for the
awesome.
ghost, and it was
And
pretty
also
good.
the Budweiser commercial about the dog that runs away
so
and the horses.
overrated. So
Yes,
overrated.
I thought it was cute.
I thought it was cute because
They
they were
play it
working
every
together.
year.
My favorite, oh my god, my favorite commercial from last year. I know this is a little off topic.
That's all
but,
right.
the pistachio commercial where the guy's head is the shell and he cracks it.
Yeah, that's good.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
You know,
So
my
funny.
Pistachios are so good. I ate some last night.
My favorite Super Bowl commercial from a few years ago was the guy. Well, they do it a lot. The Snickers commercial where they have the guy he's playing football or something. He's like, "You play like Betty White out there," but it was really her. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Just have a Snickers bar." And then it was like
Betty White.
Joe Pesci or Robin Williams, and they ate it.
I
But,
love Betty
Yeah, they had the
White.
commercial this year. It was like an old caveman guy.
Yeah.
It was
But I like
and then
those.
he ate a Snickers girl. Teenager.
Well, we hope you all watch the Super Bowl, and we hope you all enjoy. Now, before we go to break, just want to point out, look, we're all in black today. Well,
are.
dark
Yeah.
colors, right?
Yes,
And before we go to break, how do you like Joe Rex's new glasses?
I do. I like them. Very
official.
chic.
Very,
You know.
very stylish.
All right, well, I'm going to go clean them, and we'll be right back with more of the chat. Stick around, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the chat. I'm Joe Rack.
I'm Kathleen Jaggerman.
I'm James Coffey.
And I'm Cassie Jones.
That's right, Cassie's here as our guest co-host. It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on now to American Idol winner Philip Phillips, who just announced he wants to get out of his American Idol contract, and he's one of the first winners of American Idol to announce that he wants to get out of the contract. He says they're too demanding, and they're not giving him, when they are demanding, they're not giving him enough time, enough
Right.
performance time. So what do you think about this lawsuit?
I would want to if I was one American Idol.
That's surprising because
I
you
don't
would
know.
think it would turn out differently.
Yeah.
I thought American Idol worked really well with them. I love Philip Phillips. I think he's a really talented singer and performer, and I think he's done really well. And he's actually one of the 3 American Idol winners who have been successful. I mean, you have Karen and Kelly Clarkson now, like Philip Phillips. But other than that, really,
Chris Daughtry.
But
he
didn't
wasn't a
win.
winner.
Really?
No, he was like
He was a runner-up. He was a runner-up.
Yeah. But we see all these. Fantasia was on Broadway for a little while.
Ruben, he didn't go anywhere.
No.
Clay Aiken, he didn't
Yeah, he's a
win.
runner-up.
He didn't win.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
the
the
runner-ups
winners.
always get bigger.
But we always have these winners who don't really go anywhere. But so for Philip Phillips to be going somewhere is good. I mean, maybe I never knew that these contracts were so strict that he couldn't get out of it.
Yeah,
if
they
he
don't
wanted
make
to.
it seem like that.
Because Carrie Underwood's successful Kelly Clarkson, they never had issues
Did
with
Kelly
it.
Pickler win?
No, she was a runner-up as well.
Love her.
Yeah, me
Yeah, like
Red high heels. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I feel is that these people, if you were going to go for a competition like this, you are signing your life away. Not your
Yeah.
life, but you are signing a contract basically saying, I'm going to stick with this until, when they get older, forget it. The contract's over with. They can go on, make a CD, make a
Yeah.
movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Or do something big or do something small. But when you are in this thing, you want to go, this was your dream to be on America, you're in the contract. You're in it for the long run.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, you should
mean,
know what you're getting into.
I guess I'm not very big on making like big important life decisions like that because I'm very inconsistent. So I could see why he would want to get out of it. I mean, if it's not fair, then might as well try. I mean,
I really haven't watched
You
American
know,
Horror much.
I heard an interview. I don't watch it. I don't
Simon
watch
Left.
it either. Yeah, but I heard an interview recently with one of the ex-judges, and they said, you have all these other shows like The Voice and all that. None of them become stars.
No.
I mean, I can't remember. I watched The Voice maybe the first 2 seasons. I can't tell you who won.
Yeah.
We know Kelly Clarkson, we know Kelly Pickler, we know Carrie Underwood, we know Philip Phillips, and then some didn't even win. So I
Yeah.
mean, but
Who was the ex-judge?
I heard Randy Jackson.
Good.
Oh.
You heard it.
Yeah.
He was
Dog.
Yeah, dog. He invented the word dog.
The original 3 I loved, and then when Paula left, I was like, but Ellen came on.
Ah,
Great. That was
there you
just
go.
genius.
we
bringing Ellen on.
definitely talked about this last episode.
I think we did bring her up.
But Simon left, and it just wasn't the same.
It's not the same.
I mean, I watched the season after it was like J-Lo, Randy, and
Well,
Steven Tyler.
isn't he on X Factor now?
That was
It was
canceled.
canceled. Yeah.
X Factor was canceled.
Yeah.
USA. The
Oh, I was gonna say because I was just watching X
He's a
Factor.
family now, Simon and
Yeah,
stuff.
I was just watching X Factor videos last night on YouTube, and one person I really wish got famous. She's a young teenage girl, but still, Carly Rose Sonnenclair.
I know who that is.
remember
Oh my
her.
God, she's so good. What happened?
I don't know.
She got second, but still amazing.
But there's some people in the UK like
Well, just letting you
there's
know.
some people in the UK like Susan Boyle and all that. They become famous over
I
there.
love Susan Boyle. Love her. Love her.
Coming on here next week. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to Melissa Rivers, who is recently she's recently in the news. About her mom, Joan Rivers, who passed away in September over complications she was going for vocal cord surgery, a simple procedure, and she ended up dying on the table. Now, there's new rumors coming out, well, it's not rumors, they're official, that the doctor that was in there, Dr. Gwen is her name, was not supposed to be there, none of them had licenses. She left when things were getting worse, and then before she died, they were taking selfies with her body because they thought it would be funny when she woke up.
That's very unprofessional.
So what do you all think about this? And what do you think about Melissa's lawsuit for $10 million?
That is exactly what I would be
Justified.
doing if I was
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
I mean, I love Joan. She was hilarious. She made Fashion Police. I mean, I watched Celebrity Apprentice a couple days ago, and she was on.
Yeah.
And she just was a great human, funny, hilarious. But she would say things, but she was actually, I feel like she was down to earth.
Yeah.
She cared.
But you know what though?
She had a heart.
They thought that it was going to be funny when she woke up,
Yeah.
but it wasn't funny.
was-
I don't know. When
was
you
like-
look at that dice,
It
it wasn't
her
funny.
nurse that she was with for years, who was like, "I know Joan. Let me take a picture." She'd laugh, but unfortunately, she
ended
didn't make
up
it back to life.
If it was
She
under
could be
different
laughing right now,
circumstances,
but
it would be different. Like if she did wake up, maybe.
Yeah, I think it.
She
I
probably
mean,
would have laughed.
maybe, probably not.
With her case, were they expecting it to be not as serious as it turned out?
It's-
No, it was a simple procedure. They're just looking at her vocal cord.
Okay, then I mean, if I was her nurse and I was with her
But
for
things
that
were
long,
getting bad. That's
Well, things were getting bad. The doctor wasn't supposed to be there. She left, and then the nurse was, the doctor. Everyone was like, "I don't know what we do." They all just started whipping out their phones. I don't know what the premise was. The joke was.
I think it's dicey.
But what do you think about her daughter's lawsuit for $10 million? I think it's justified.
she should get it. Absolutely.
You don't think so?
I think $10 million is a little extensive.
No.
Well, it's not that they have the money. Her mother's
Yeah,
dead.
but like $10 million over a picture that.
It's not over the picture, but it's over her death.
Wait, what?
She died.
Yeah, I know she died.
She's not suing.
She's not suing for the picture. She's suing for the whole mess. I mean, there's a doctor in there that's not supposed to operate.
Yeah, justified. Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
All right.
not the picture.
So what do you think?
Yes, okay, definitely
Absolutely.
justified.
Yeah.
Sorry, miscommunication happens.
That's all right. So what do you think? You think her lawsuit is suitable?
Yes, 100%.
That's to say. You don't know about that.
Yes.
You still, Joan. God, Joan.
Oh gosh. Well, we're all
You're
go-
watching, Joan.
We're all thinking of her. You know, it's been a few months, but it's hard to believe that she's gone.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube series that she did on. I watch too much YouTube, but
Yeah, you do. That's all right.
In Bed with Joan.
Yeah,
and
she
she
did.
brings people on. She brings them in bed and
Yeah, she went in bed
interviews
with her.
them. It's so funny.
But you know what? I heard a story one time that she was at an airport, and there was this family there that obviously was not her family. They were like foreign exchange family, and she went and she was helping them with her luggage, and all of a sudden someone said, "Oh, who's that? Who's that? Like, what are you doing?" And she's like, "What do you mean? I'm helping them. They're my family." So I don't know, there's something like that. It's just really nice to hear about celebrities. But all right, well, we're gonna be right back. So grab a snack, and we'll be right back with more of the chat. Stick around. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the chat. Joe Rax here.
Kathleen Junkerman.
James Coffey.
And Cassie Jones.
That's right. So our next topic is the park test. And for those of you that don't know, for grades kindergarten, they want to start in kindergarten all the way
That was
up.
third grade.
No, I heard
I'm pretty
kindergarten.
sure it's kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah.
Kindergarten through 11th grade are going to be given this test. They're going to be given this test on their skill sets
Yeah.
for reading and math. Now, James, Kathleen, and I are all seniors,
Yes.
so we will not have to take this test. But Alexa and Cassie both have to take it. So, Cassie, tell us how you feel about this.
Before you go, I have a question.
Yes.
Kindergartners, are they going to have to, like, color in a box?
I guess so. 2 plus 2.
Yeah, yes.
Then, like, graded on how well you nap?
I guess so, yeah.
15-minute nap
I would
time.
ace
Like,
that.
what are they going to
I
do?
would too, yeah.
Like, what are they taking this?
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
It's very
It's
ridiculous.
absolutely
And now,
ridiculous.
by the way, we're in high school now. I heard they're coming out with this new edition, something called long edition. I mean, it's not just simple 2 plus 2. You got to add numbers. So I don't know what they're doing. But Cassie, I want to know your opinion
Back
on
to
this.
Cassie.
I think it's just ridiculous because my English teacher, she told me, we get tested on it. Of course, we get graded on it, but it also goes back to them whether or not they're qualified to teach or not. So however their classes do on the test, that determines whether or not they can keep their job. And I think that's completely unfair because
agree.
it's not their fault if we don't do good. It's not our teacher's fault if we don't come to class or any of those other situations.
Now, last year in my English class, we were the pilots. We had to take the park test,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of different aspects. Starting with the computers. I mean, do you use a laptop? Do you use your phone? Do you use a regular computer? I mean, there's so many
That
things.
would frustrate me.
It would. I mean, what happens if James is good on the laptop but Cassie's not, and they give her? I mean, vice
Yeah,
versa.
exactly.
I mean, it's
I don't like the fact that it's all on computers.
No, I
I
don't
don't like
either.
that either.
But what you said, I'd have to disagree. I really think that, like, with the NJ-ESC that we took in middle, like, all throughout elementary school, and, like, when we took the HESPA, I really do think that tests like that, although I have my own reasons for being against standardized testing, do kind of represent whether our teachers are teaching us or not.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't
and they
like
should.
that.
I've gotten in a fight with one of our teachers that, they,
Okay.
and her argument was, I can only push a student so far.
Yes.
Yes. But when a student comes into your classroom, he should know part, or she should know some of what you're going to teach for the year. Just common sense thing.
Absolutely.
But just from sitting in there, they don't have to listen or anything. They should be learning. And if they're not, then you're doing your job wrong.
Yeah.
Because you should be making the environment fun and having kids
But
learn.
as one
and if
is
they're
true.
not, then
That
it's
is
your
true.
fault.
But
so
as
when
one
after
who-
they take the park exam, then it can be based back on you.
Yeah.
And by that teacher having that excuse, I feel as if it's an excuse because
Yeah.
she thinks she's not a good
Right,
teacher.
and I think that the test and how well the students do in the test representing how well teachers teach, I think it's better, better represents at younger ages, like middle school, elementary school. Once you get into high school, I mean, obviously we don't take the NJ-ESC anymore, but you kind of start to do your own thing. But that, I think that's where midterms and finals kind of stand in
Yeah.
place. But the part of it, we said before, it's not about learning anymore. It's
not.
about taking a test.
Like memorizing
And
it.
Conrad
memorizing.
Riley over there.
And being obedient. And I said this
Focus, James.
multiple times about like how we got rid of rank.
Yeah.
How the kids who are top 10, top 3, whatever, there stands a line between someone being smart and someone being obedient. And I think the kids that were in the top 10 or whatever were just obedient to their teachers and knew what to do and have known what to do.
Right.
Well, for me, who took the PARCC test, it's not on, like if you're basing it on your English teachers over the years or your history teacher of that, it's not about the teacher. Because you could read like Tom Sawyer and they're asking you questions that are so out of left field. I mean, like I took it and like a question was like, how did Tom feel at this moment? And then you have 4 options. But then let's say you get that one right. He felt melancholy. Then it says, oh, define melancholy. Let's say if you you mess up. You get the whole question wrong.
Yeah, if you don't get the first part of the question right, but you get the second part, it doesn't matter. You would get no points for that
That's what
question.
I'm saying. So this whole other issue is that you can know it, you can read the book. I mean, that's not a good way to judge a teacher, and it's certainly not a good way to judge a student.
But I think depending on what the second part of the question is, I mean.
But will there be prep classes? Will there be books?
There has to be.
Yeah, there's gotta
How
be.
will you
We have been
teach it?
doing it in class,
Yeah,
like
teachers
taking
are
the
studying
test.
in
Yeah.
class.
But
There you
obviously
go.
we are because we're graduating. It's not
Right.
happening to us. But
Right. I don't know. Like I said before, I can't stand standardized testing.
No,
I agree.
I
Yeah.
think it's terrible to sit kids down and force them to do what, like take the test. People just aren't good test takers.
that's right. And it's very hard to force them.
But I think that there needs to, I think the educational system of America definitely does need improving. But I don't think that training kids to memorize and be like robots is a way of improving the
I think in New
educational
Jersey,
system.
Governor Chris Christie, when he came in, one of his goals was to, reorganize and make our education system better because it's a mess.
Yeah.
And it's not very good. And if someone that does say it's good just doesn't know enough
Yeah.
information about it. And they're trying, I give them that. They're trying, the HESPA was a very easy test.
I
don't
think
think
it's easy.
And now they're
But-
trying to make it more that for these
They're bumping
to
it up.
challenge.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. And now it's showcasing our teachers who, a lot of the teachers are here. They got a degree. Here you go.
Yeah.
And a lot of teachers are retiring and not
Sadly.
teaching.
But the PARCC and the
now it's
HESPA
going to show what teachers they need to get their butt in gear
Yeah.
and
That's right.
teach.
But for some people that don't know, the PARCC and HESPA are things you take the test and to know your knowledge
graduate.
to graduate high
Yeah.
school. Now, I read somewhere that they're making the SAT harder,
Yes.
which is to get into college. I'm sorry. They're making the SAT easier, and they're making the HESPA, and obviously this new PARCC test we're talking about, which is harder. So why are they making it harder for you to leave high school than it is to get into college? I don't understand why.
That makes sense.
That makes total sense because if you're in first grade and you're taking this PARCC test, why when you get all the way to college, which is what all high school, what middle school, that's what they all prep you for is college, the real world. When you get there, it's so much easier to get in.
Right.
I know. I think it makes sense that they're making it harder to get out of high school.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
College is your
they
own
want you
choice.
to, because not everyone wants to go to college. So why should
College is
getting
event for
into
everyone.
exactly? So why should be going? College definitely is a step up. It's harder. It's up to caliber, but because it's a higher learning institution, but. Everyone that leaves high school doesn't intend on going to college. No. So make high school crack down because these kids think, okay, I'll pass the HESPA. Getting out of high school is easy. I'll enlist. I'll go into the military. I'll just go into the work field right away. Make high school more of a challenge so they're getting more condensed education while they still can for free.
And then when they go out into the real world, they can be more successful.
Then they can decide
That's
what they
right.
want to do, whether the SATs or whatever it takes to get into college is easier or not. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but all I know is to close the topic. All I know is that we are graduating, and when we have kids and all that, we are going to look at this school, and it is going to be all different. It's going to change. It's already changing.
Our psychology teacher says all the time how within 15 years, teachers aren't even going to need.
No.
There's going to be no need for teachers anymore. Everything's going to be on computers.
So I'd be very interested. Like I know a few people that are freshmen, sophomore this year. I would be very interested to talk with them next year,
Yes.
or when they take this, because there's now an option that you don't have to take the PARCC, which is a whole different issue.
Really?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, your parents can contact the school or the board or
Yeah,
whatever
you don't have to
saying,
take it,
"I
and there's no
don't wanna let my
precautions
child
except
take
you have to
this."
sit in front of the screen while everyone else is taking it.
And you could still graduate?
Oh yeah, well it's a freedom.
Because they use
so far,
your SAT, PSAT scores to judge you based on those.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm into that. That's kind of cool.
It is a crazy conversation, and I know as long as we're on air, we're going to keep talking about this, so it's not going anywhere.
Yep.
We will be right back with more in the chat. Stick around, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the chat. This has been really fun, having Cassie as a guest host and everything.
you.
Now, before we go, another topic everyone's talking about, Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobbi Kristina, is in a coma. She's been there for a few days, and they don't know what's going on with her. They just said that it's very serious. They called all the family in, and we found out that she took drugs, overdosed, and was found the same way her mother was, almost 3 years to the day. What do you all think about this? This is new to me.
I think it's really sad. I mean, we talked about
Yeah.
it in my psychology class again, mentioning it. We talked about it all, and like, it's just really,
She
upsetting to
needs to
see
be a
that.
watch. She needs to have some with
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Unless maybe this is like a new.
Well,
assisted
she's also...
suicide.
Do we know how old her daughter was?
She's 21.
Oh wow, so she's
So
young.
3 years ago when her mother died, she was what, 18? She was our age. I mean, I don't know how you cope with that. I mean, it's
3
really
years,
tough.
not even that many.
Yeah.
2012, yeah, we're 2015,
Yeah.
3 years, yeah.
That's a long time.
That is a long
But
time.
I don't know how you cope with something like that. None of us, thank God, are not in that position.
Yeah.
But just thoughts and prayers to that.
Yeah.
That's a crazy...
Hopefully she
Sure,
makes it out
that's,
okay.
That's sad.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
18 years old, no mother. That's
Well, now she's 21, and then she's
but
married
still.
already. She's married to the adopted kid that they were fostering for years. She married him, and then her dad... Oh,
Wait.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you should read this stuff.
Yeah.
And then their dad is there, who's Bobbi Brown, the famous singer, and he's right by her side. And he rented Tyler Perry's jet to get there. I don't know, it's a whole story. Every hour there's new details coming out.
Yeah.
But
crazy.
once again, I'm sure that's not going anywhere, so we'll stick with that. So I'm going to close now. I'm Joe Rack.
I'm Kathleen Junkerman.
I'm James Coffey.
And I'm Cassie Jones.
Hey, Cassie, thank you so much for coming on
Thank you
with
guys
us.
for having me.
Crazy for you. What are the dates again?
March 19th to the 22nd.
Yes.
Come out and see
Make
it.
sure you all go. These three will be there, but I'll be in the audience, so you'll kind of see me. All right, have a great day, everyone, and keep chatting for us. We'll see you next time.
This shit that ice cold. Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood